Hello, 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 and welcome to Learning Tidbits with Jenny Malone. I'm Jenny Malone, and I am going to work with you today on some writing skills. Now, we are going to work with a writing prompt, and we are also going to learn about some sensory details, learn how to use our reporter's questions when we are forming our writing, and we are going to learn how to turn our sensory details into figurative language. Wow, so much today. So let's get to it, guys. All right, the first thing that I want you to do to prepare for this lesson is go down into the description box. It's near the comments. If you just look down below this video, if you're watching on your laptop or your phone or your iPad or tablet, you can go down below the video where it's playing now and look at the description box. It's near where the comment section is, but you'll see some different links, and you can click on those links. There is a handout for the different things that we are learning today, and you don't necessarily have to print them out, but if you want to go to them and look at them before the lesson, that's awesome. If you don't, that's awesome too. You can look at them later if you need to refer back to them. They're always there for you to use. Now, there's a handout for the figurative language, there is a handout for the sensory details, and there is a handout for the reporter's questions in case you're not familiar with any of these. And if you are, awesome, we're set to go. If you're not, that's awesome too, because we're still set to go. We're going to go through this together. All right, now are you ready to start writing? Let's start getting creative. Our writing prompt today is something that I have, it's a fill in the blank. I guess we'll say that. All right, I want you to think about this. Just close your eyes and think about, if I were blank, if I were something, someone, I would blank. I would do something. I would go somewhere. I would say something. What? So, who are you? What are you? Where are you going? What are you going to do? Why? And how? How will you do it? Those are our reporter's questions, guys. We've just gone over our first objective. Woo-hoo, boop. High five. So you got it, all right? You're going to talk about who you are, what you are, where you're going, and how you're going, why you're going, okay? What you're going to do when you get there. Or if you're not going to a place, if you're staying put, what are you going to do there? And you're telling us that you're going to stay put. So that's the reporter's questions. Whew, got that part out of the way, didn't you? You did great. Now, the next part, I want us to go ahead and take a few minutes to write that out. I will wait. Just kidding you. Pause the video. Take a couple of minutes to just briefly write this out. I don't want you to take very long. 5 minutes at the most. I would say 2 to 3 minutes, but if you need a little more time, that's okay. Just don't make it hard. Don't make this like something you put a lot of brain power into. Just spill out what comes to your mind, okay? Because I'm sure you have a wonderful imagination. Just put it to use. The more you use it, the more it will be used to being used. It will stay at the forefront of your brain, and it'll be ready to pop up and work anytime you need it to. So just take a couple of minutes, pause me, shut me up, write this down. All right, so now you have your basics: who you are, what you are, where you're going, why you're going, how you're going, what are you going to do when you get there. You've got that. You've got your reporter's questions. Okay, now this part is even more fun. You are going to think about all these things that we just wrote, and you're going to add in some sensory details. What are sensory details? What are your senses? Your smell, your sight, your mouth, taste, okay? All of these things are senses. What you hear, what you feel, those are senses. Those are what are going to help us find our sensory details. So you're going to talk about what you look like. You're going to talk about what you see, what you are looking at. Not only what you look like, but what you're looking at as you're traveling in this little imaginary journey that we're going on. Okay, now you are going to not only describe what you look like, describe the things you see, you're going to describe the smells. Is it earthy smells in a forest? Is it the car exhaust going by on the street? You're in the city. Where are you? Are you in an orange grove? Do you smell the sweet blossoms of the orange trees? Are you near a garbage facility to where you smell that smell? All kinds of, our world is full of smells. You smell just thousands, tens of thousands of smells every day. You just aren't trained to think about them. We don't have to think about them, but for this I want you to, okay? So close your eyes, imagine the sights, the smells. Now, what do you hear? Do you hear cars honking? Do you hear birds singing? Do you hear a ball bouncing? What do you hear? Do you hear the clack, clack, clack of someone's little flipper in their bicycle wheel? What do you hear? You hear all kinds of things. So pay attention in your imaginary journey to the sounds you hear. All right, so now we have what we look like, what we see, what we smell, what we hear. Now, what do you taste? Are you eating something? Are you chewing gum? Are you drinking something? Even if not, you can still taste. Our taste goes with our smell, doesn't it? So sometimes when a car comes by and that exhaust hits you, then you have a funny taste in your mouth. So you can talk about things like that. After that, what do you feel? As you're walking, what do you feel under your feet? Are you barefoot? Are your feet tired? Do they hurt? Do you have a spring in your step because you're jumping over rocks that are in your path? What do you feel? What do you feel around you? What is the air temperature like? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it cool? Is it warm? Is it just right? Is it mild? Is it a very humid place? Is it hot and muggy? Or is it dry and arid? Okay, describe what you feel. All right, so guys, you've just conquered it. Whoop, whoop, double high five. You've conquered the sensory details. So now you've already got down your basic outline. You've got the reporter's questions answered. You have your sensory details filled in. Now that that's all done, what you're going to do now is you're going to take those sensory details and you're going to edit them. Edit means change, right? And I don't want you to think, oh, no, I just did so great. I love it. No, it can be even better. I promise. It's going to be awesome. So what you're going to do is you're going to take those sensory details and you're going to turn them into figurative language. I don't know figurative language, Miss Jeannie. Sure you do. Yes, you do. We use it all the time. Even if you don't realize it, you use figurative language. My sister's driving me up the wall. That's figurative language. That's a hyperbole. All right. If you say let's see. My brother is as loud as a garbage truck. That's figurative language. My brother is as loud as. I'm comparing my brother to something else by using as, or you can use like. That's a simile, okay? And we've all heard the saying, life is like a box of chocolates. That is another simile, okay? Now, if we change that just a pinch and we said, life is a box of chocolates, instead of saying life is like a box of chocolates, that makes it a metaphor. I know, right? Just taking out that word, just taking out that tiny little part changes the type of figurative language it is. So if you said, let's see, my mom is a cleaning machine. that is a metaphor, guys, okay? Because your mom's not actually a cleaning machine. She's not like one of these big rug doctor machines or something going around cleaning, but it may seem like it because she's like super awesome in getting it all done. And she's in there cleaning and lifting up your feet while you're doing your schoolwork. So yeah, you're saying that your mom is a cleaning machine, but she's not literally a cleaning machine. You're making a comparison, but you're not using like or as. All right, so let's go over another one that I have been doing when I've been making this little noise. Okay, if you were to write about what I was doing and you were to describe that noise, that would be another type of figurative language called onomatopoeia. Yeah, say that with me. Onomatopoeia. Okay, such a fun word, right? It's even more fun to use. For example, if I'm getting my drink here, okay, and I open it, I hope it doesn't, sometimes it's fused. It popped. Do you hear? Or it snaps when I close it. Snap, right? It snaps and it pops open. I like the snap better. It's a little louder, peppier, right? So if I wanted to say something about my water bottle, the sound that it makes when it closes, I would use onomatopoeia, okay? I would say the lid snaps as I close it, okay? Snaps is the sound that it makes. The lid pops when I open my bottle to get a drink. Pop is the sound that it makes. That's onomatopoeia. So, okay, guys, you've just learned how to do the simile, the metaphor, onomatopoeia, and hyperbole. My sister's driving me up the wall. She's driving me bananas. That is a hyperbole, remember? That was the very first one that we did. There are a few other figurative languages, but those are just the basics. Those are the ones that you're going to come across most often when you're trying to describe an experience or when you're reading about an experience that someone else is describing to you. So, all right, you have done your reporter's questions. Whoop. You have done your sensory details. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And now you have done your figurative language. You are awesome. Give yourself 2 high fives. You are awesome. All right, guys. So now that you have done this, you should feel like such an accomplished author. I would love for you to share with me what you just wrote. I know it is awesome, and I would love to read it. If you would like for me to share it on a video, tell me. If you don't want me to share it, tell me that too, just to make sure that I don't. But I tell you what, guys, I will only share if you tell me to, okay? I'm so excited. I'm ready to read your short stories that you just wrote. I'm looking forward to it, guys. So until the next time, I hope that you keep on writing and using your imagination. And remember, keep it in use. It'll stay up at the front, ready to work for you. Happy writing, guys. See you next time. Hi, guys. I almost forgot, so I'm just holding my phone so I can tell you this very quickly. All right. I'm going to choose one of the stories. I think it will be best, most fair, if I choose at random, but I'm going to choose one of your stories that you share to give away a free tutoring session. That's right, 30 minutes, half an hour of free tutoring. And we can tutor on what we just learned in this lesson, or we can tutor on something else, your choice. As long as it's something within my expertise, that's no problem. And my expertise, just so you know, my background, I have an English degree and a secondary education degree, and I had certifications for social sciences, math, and English language arts and reading skills. And that was for grades 4 through 12 on all of the English and the reading, and then just grades 4 through 8 on social sciences and math. So, I'm looking forward to a tutoring session with one of you guys for your story. You have to make sure that you submit it in an email. So I'll have a way to get back with you. I'll have your email. So make sure you send in your story that you wrote from today's prompt using the reporter's questions, the sensory details, which we then turned into figurative language. I am so excited. So I look forward to having a tutoring session with you soon. See you then.